For those of you, or Karen, if Karen's on, if anything glitchy, comfortable seated position for now, land on your mat. Try and take this hour and 15 minutes for yourself. This is what leads us or assists us in reducing stress. All of that stuff will still be waiting for you to worry about at the end of the class. So for right now, we have nothing to do but yoga, nowhere to go but our yoga mat. Okay? So as I said, I'm Kathy. Welcome to Kat's Saturday morning class. If you want to join me on Thursdays at 10:30, you can email Kat or you can email me, and gladly send you the meeting ID. I'm sure you have it. It's in Clint's wonderful document that he puts together for us, and all of the teachers are there. So again, modify anything. I invite you to modify anything that doesn't suit you right now, okay? Make all your movements suit your body. And don't forget to breathe. Breathing is very important, helps us avoid injuries, helps us keep from tensing our muscles, and that's definitely where we want to be. So let's sit up straight, find some length in your spine, inhaling up, bringing the palms together. If you have shoulder issues, keep your hands farther apart. And exhaling on the way down. Invite fuller, deeper breaths into the body. Inhale, fill with life and energy from the universe. Exhale. Breathe out distractions. Exhale distractions. Come to your practice with a full awareness. A couple more times here. Nice long breaths. Make your exhale last as long as it takes for your hands to get to the mat. Inhaling on the way up. Usually we inhale when we're working against gravity. And one more. Nice and slow. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose if you can. Bring the palms together. Bring your thumbs to the third eye area. Press your thumbs just lightly against the third eye area. Pressing the palms together gently. Landing on your mat. If you set an intention for your practice, set it now. We're all sending healing energy and love to Sharon Muller. Still in the hospital, but doing well. Hopefully coming home soon to her sisters who will be here to help her. And bringing the arms down. And placing the hands gently on the thighs. Let's go into some hip rolls, and you can really make your body heavy when you come forward. Targeting the middle of the body. Again, make it meditative. Meditation in motion. And if you place your fingertips in front of your face and look at your fingertips, it's been said that gazing at the fingertips as we're moving calms the nervous system. A couple more rotations in this direction. And when we come up to center, let's pause a moment and go the other way. We want to balance everything, the yin and yang of it all, right, Clint? Nice, slow, meditative movements. Couple more rotations right here. Keep breathing, inhaling when you're up, exhaling when you're down. Come to center. Place your hands on your legs, maybe close your eyes. Notice the spinning continuing. See if you can feel that energy spinning in your body. In stillness, we can notice movement still. In moving, we can find stillness. One more round of breath right here. Make it nice and deep. Place the left hand on the mat. Inhale the right hand up. Stretch up and over. Open up that right side body. Now very carefully so you don't jerk your arm around. Place the palm of your hand in the back of your head. Very slowly and mindfully bring that right elbow to the left knee and then open up that armpit 3 times. Open up that armpit, open up the front of the shoulder. So if you don't like that movement, you don't have to do it. You can just continue doing lateral stretches. Let's go to the other side, inhaling the left arm up, opening up that left side body, keeping the chest open and to the ceiling so we're not hunching forward. Okay? Same thing here. Bring the palm of the hand behind the head. Open up the armpit here. The axial lymph nodes are right there. We can stimulate those. Bring the elbow back, opening up the front of the shoulder. 3 times. Let go of thinking what a perfect pose might look like. Let's do one more on each side. Really stretch up here, opening up the side body. The spine loves to be tipped back and forth in this fashion. Placing the palm behind the head. And exhaling down. Inhaling up. Open up that armpit, open up that shoulder. You can feel it in the glutes when you come down. And let's switch last time to the left, keeping that chest open. Don't crunch too much on this side. And then placing the palm behind the head. Oh, I love it. Open up that shoulder blade in the back. And placing the hands down on the mat, just gaze over your right and left shoulders. Warming up the neck a little bit, really important to protect our neck, making sure we can do everything we want to do during the day. One more to each side. And then come to center, dip your chin right to your chest. Place the fingers on your head. Just getting a little bit more motion forward, separating the vertebrae in that cervical spine. Tiny little vertebrae. We want to separate them, keep the length there. We don't want gravity to win, crunching our spine down. And come to center, hands down. Let's just draw some nice circles in front of us. Don't tip your head back too far. Remember that shortens your cervical spine, crunches those little vertebrae together. So just be careful. Listen to your body. If anything hurts, back off, please. One more rotation here. When we get the chin to the chest, let's just pause for a second and then go the other way. One more rotation. And inhaling the arms up, reach right, reach left. Again, opening up the side body, little bit of a lateral stretch here, not much. Bring the abs in. Reach, reach, reach. Fingers nice and bright up to the ceiling. And then exhale your arms halfway down. Let's make some circles forward, getting into those shoulders. So I was reading an article about shoulders last night, and I didn't finish it because I have no attention span, but just reading about all the muscles in the shoulder. The rotator cuff is attached to 4 muscles. I didn't know that. No wonder I was in so much pain with my rotator cuffs. Come to center and then go backwards. So stimulating that synovial fluid to thicken up and lubricate those shoulders, getting a little bit of arm work here. Don't let your hands flop. Maybe have your fingers be nice and bright. Imagine energy streaming out those fingers. One more rotation here. And let's just bring our arms down gently. Just rest for one moment, noticing what's happening in the body. And then elbows, okay? Not really focusing on the biceps here, so you don't have to isolate and pull up. If we were doing bicep curls, we're doing a lot slower than this, but just oiling up the joints, okay? That's part of our goal during our yoga practice. And one more here. And then placing the arms out, or you can have them at your side, just rotate the wrists. So getting all the joints here lubricated, ready for practice. I have my hands in fists, you don't have to. And let's go the other way. Now arms anywhere you want them. Bring your hands into gentle fists and just let the fingertips explode like fireworks. Couple, 3, 4 times. Feeling that skin between the fingers stretch. Want our fingers to be nice and nimble so we can continue doing everything we love. One more. Okay. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. This is a good position to really focus on lengthening the spine. So avoid hunching over. Bring your hands wherever it is that you can keep that long spine, okay? Maybe you can reach to your feet. You know, it's all about anatomy. My arms are so short, I'm lucky I can reach my ankles, okay? As we inhale, lengthen up. Just picture your spine putting air between each vertebrae. On the exhale, lean forward, but lean from the hips. Keep the gaze on the floor, protect that neck. When you first feel the resistance, whether it's in your lower back or your inner thighs, just pause for a moment. Let's be very mindful about these forward folds. Really great stretch for the inner thighs. Maybe you can give your feet a little massage while you're down here. And when we inhale, regardless of what pose we're in, usually we lengthen lengthen the spine again. Bring the shoulders down. As we exhale, we might be able to come down a little farther without rounding the back. Now, when you get to the maximum flexion, so that's forward flexion of the spine, round the back. Let the crown of the head come right down toward the floor. Okay? Breathe as if you could breathe right into the area where you have the most sensation. Find ease in the pose. So if this is challenging for you, soften your face. Soften those hands, soften the shoulders. Find ease in the pose. One more round of breath right here in bound angle. On your next inhale, come all the way up. Pause for a moment. Let your shoulders come back and down. Pause for a moment. And then let's take lean back a little bit. Take the knees, windshield wiper the knees from side to side. You have to come off your block or your pillow for this because you tend to slide forward. So letting the knees, if you can, letting the knees come all the way down. All the way down. Now, if you want to, when my knees are over to the right, I'm going to stay here for a moment. Stay here for a moment, and I'm going to press that left hip flexor out in front. And by the way, my shoulders are really open here in the front. And then come on over to the left and do the same thing. Press into that hip flexor, bring the shoulder blades together, opening the chest, breathing into the pose. And then go back to windshield wiper just a couple of times here. And coming back to center. I'm going to leave my blanket on my mat. We're going to go into table, and I like to have my knees on my yoga blanket. We want to make sure that we're in good alignment here. And look back through your legs. If you can see your feet, move your feet out further to the edges. Let the soft, fleshy parts of your elbows shine forward. Okay, so locate that little divot in your arm and shine it forward. That helps us externally rotate the arms. So we're giving our upper arms a little boost here. Press into the mat. Feel how that energizes your arms. Instead of feeling like more work, it feels like less work. Let's start out with cat and cow. Tipping the tailbone up. Let the tailbone lead the charge, not the head. Okay, so we barely lift the head here, taking care of that cervical spine, and then rounding the back, looking back toward the legs, really round up that back. This gets the lymph system moving. The spine loves it, flexion and extension. Great for posture, great for spinal flexibility. Don't compromise your arm position. Keep your arms where they are. Press into the mat. Couple more rounds here. And come to center. We're going to go back to lateral stretches. Just curl your body into a C curve. Looking back at your right foot and your left foot, one after the other. It's kind of smoothing your way across. You don't have to stop in the center. Use your obliques. Okay, focus on your abdomen. Little core work here, little lateral stretch for the spine. One more on each side. Let's sit back in hero. Give our arms a little break. So in hero, we're sitting right back on our calf muscles, our buttocks on our heels. So we want to balance our back, all right? We don't want to have the deep, deep trough by pressing our tailbone up and making that lower back trough any deeper than it really needs to be, nor do we want to come forward. See how I'm bending here? If my pelvis is tilted forward, I'm going to walk forward. I'm going to get that widow's hump here. I'm going to have forward head. So we want to be balanced. So just take a moment. I know this is not all that comfortable for some people. You can put a block here. Not a block. Use a pillow. A pillow or a blanket, and just kind of balance your sacrum where you feel really stable and not overextended or overflexed. Okay? Just for a moment, not going to be here too long. And then come forward again. Get back into your table alignment. Just not looking back this time, but just squeezing the hips out to the side. Kind of rocking from knee to knee, squeezing the hips. And now let's go back into hip circles in the table position. And come all the way down, stretch those arms, hips out to the side and front. Watch your knees. Nice, slow, meditative circles. If you feel stable, you can shut your eyes. When your belly is on your thighs, think of stimulating your abdominal organs. They need a squeeze and soak. They can't do that without our intervention. Every time we squeeze them, we release toxins. Every time they release, they bring in fresh blood and lymph. Let's stop here and go in the other direction for a few rotations. Really pressing back, opening up the shoulders, opening up the shoulder blades, broadening the back. And one more rotation here. Coming up into table, you can go into child's pose or puppy pose, puppy stretch. It's up to you, okay? I don't like to bring my face down on the mat when I'm teaching because I'm afraid to lose the microphone there. But just give a little stretch here, let those arms rest a little bit. If you choose child's pose over puppy stretch, you get even more of a rest for your arms. Rest and recuperate. Notice what's going on in your body. Notice without criticism. Nice deep breaths, oxygenating the body. And then coming back into table for sunbird. Press the left leg back, okay? The foot is flexed, the leg is parallel to the floor. Watch your alignment. Watch the weight distribution in the front here, okay? If you want to, you can stay here. This is sunbird. You can stay here, or you can do some crunches. Bringing the left knee in, looking back at your knee as it comes forward. Just a couple, 3. Bringing the left leg back out again. Now pour your weight over to the left side if you can. So your left arm is really going to take the brunt of it. Bring the right arm up in bird dog. Press forward. Feel the energy going from your middle finger down the arm, the back, the glutes, right through that left foot. Right through that left foot, and feel the energy coming back in through the fingers and toes, right to your energy center. One more round of breath here. Really reach out, get long. Placing that right hand down now. Cross that left leg over the bent right leg. Top of the foot on the floor, and look back at that foot. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale right here. And lifting that foot, flexing that foot, press that foot to the back wall. Press, 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 and bring it in. Might have to shake out your right leg. Took a lot of weight there. And let's go to the right. Bringing the right leg out. Engaging that glute to keep the right leg up there. In sunbird. If you want to do the crunches, just bring that right knee in. Drive your nose toward the knee. Little bit of ab work. Press the foot out when you get up there. No mushy poses, okay? Press that leg out there, coming into bird dog on the other side. Watch your alignment now. Try to divide your weight between your right arm and your left leg. Take an inhale and exhale right here. Energy coming in through the fingers and toes. And on your next exhale, cross that right leg over the left. Look back at that right foot. Feel your right arm. How does your right arm feel? Lots of weight in my right arm right now. And then coming back to table. Let's sit back. So if you hate hero pose, come to your knees, okay? We're just going to do a little bit of a back bend. Hook your thumbs right at your waistband and then bring the palms right to the top of your buttocks. Let your chest be open here. Let's just spend one breath opening up the chest, bringing the shoulder blades together. And then a back bend. So if you're up here, press your hips forward. Pressing the hips forward. If you're down here, just balance that sacrum and initiate the back bend from the thorax, not the head and neck. The head and neck don't move of their own accord. They just follow the shoulders, okay? So I'm gonna open up my thorax, open up my chest, try to bring those elbows back. Watch your wrists. Mine are getting quite a stretch at this point. Couple of breaths. If you're up here, press those hip flexors out. Don't look up at the ceiling. Look up at the wall and where the wall and the ceiling meet. And on your next exhale, come forward. I'm going to place the tops of my hands on the mat, bending my hands in the other direction, just giving them a little love here. And can make your knees wide or not, depends. Just come into child's pose for a moment to counteract that extension of the spine. Just a couple of breaths here. And coming back up to center, another favorite of everybody's, toe stretch. Let your toes be flat on the mat. The heels are up, okay? I've got really bendy toes. They look like claws. So I try to do this a lot. Now, when you've got your toes spread, it's really difficult. It might hurt if you come back this far, okay? You can always place your fingertips here. The farther you come forward, the less strain it is on your toes. I'm trying to bend my toes back the other way. Hasn't worked yet. Oh. And of course, our feet. Gotta love on our feet, stretching that fascia on the bottom of our feet. Our feet are our foundation in yoga. We want to make sure we treat them with respect. One more breath here. Or, you can come out of you know this. You can come out of these poses at any time. Okay, let's uncurl the toes. Maybe do a little tapping of the toes on the mat. I'm going to remove my blanket and prepare for down dog. So I'm going to curl my toes under here, but I'm going to pay attention to my upper body first. So my legs are going to stay bent, okay? The bottom half of my body is going to stay bent because I want to concentrate on bringing my ears between my biceps, okay? You can adjust your stance here. Press your finger pads into the mat. Shoulders are back and down. They're still down your back. They're not creeping up towards your ears. A lot of people make the mistake, and I usually do too, of having our arms too close together, our hands too close together. So maybe you want to move those out a little bit. If you're really flexible and stable, your feet can almost be touching. So bring your heels toward the floor. You can walk the dog, or bring both heels down at the same time according to your practice. I like to walk the dog first on our first dog. warming up those legs. The other thing you can do if you're waiting around in down dog is to transition between, we call this a round plank, so we're not flat out, and down dog. So if you try that for a couple rounds, get that feeling in your arms, coming back to down dog here. Placing the left foot more in the center of your mat. Raise that right foot. Raise that right foot. Keep the principles of the ears between the biceps in play. Bend that leg and open that hip. When you get your right knee in the air, try and drive that left heel closer to the mat. Take a little inhale right here and exhale. And then bring that right foot between your hands. Now I have to help mine. It doesn't go there naturally, okay? In lunge, framing the right foot with your fingers. I'm gonna come up, you don't have to, okay? I'm gonna come up. Make sure you've got space between your feet so you can balance better. You can be down here with the top of your foot on the floor, okay? We wanna make sure the knee is over the ankle on the right foot. If you're down on your knee, scoot your knee back. Make sure you're getting a nice psoas stretch here, okay? Make sure you're getting a nice psoas stretch here. Can be up here. Now, if you're up on the ball of your foot, drive your heel to the back wall. I can see my front legs out of alignment. Okay. And then knee down or not, bring both hands to the left of the right foot. Remember, if your leg is up, the knee is up, okay? I mean, if the knee is up, you've got a straight leg. Open twist to the left. Bring those shoulder blades together. Press your knee into your elbow into your knee. You can bring your hand to the small of the back. Try and organize your head and spine so there's one straight line here. And then bringing those hands down. And just you choose whether to come into hero or child's pose just for a moment. Let's go back into down dog. Letting the crown of the head toward the mat. If your heels are way up in the air, shorten your stance. Moving the right foot to the center of the mat. Pressing the left leg up to the ceiling. Bringing that right heel farther down toward the mat. Bend the left leg and open the hip. Woohoo! Don't let your arms collapse. Come to lunge on the other side in your own pace. Again, I'm gonna stay up. All right, I gotta watch that straight leg. Watch that alignment on my front leg. I'm leaning back too far. Okay. Again, you can be up, down on your knee, or up like this. Take a nice deep breath. Squeeze your right hip flexor forward. Feel that psoas stretch on the right. Bringing the hands to the right of the left foot. Open up that body to the right. You can bring your hand to the small of the back. Press that shoulder back for a twist. Either way. Can alternate. Okay. Can look up or down. I like to rest my neck after a moment and look down. And bringing that right hand down, bring the left foot back. Again, hero pose or child's pose. Just for 2 rounds of breath here. My heart is beating. Okay. Just want to make sure we're still good here. Yeah. Okay, let's come to standing. Okay. Adjust my mat a little bit so you can see me. Had the same issue yesterday in Sabine's class. Let's come to Tadasana, talking about the feet and the fascia. The wonderful foundational pose of yoga. Activate that lower body. Bring up the kneecaps. Energetically press your heels out. That means you don't move them, but you give them pressure that way. And feel the medial muscles in the legs engage. This is what keeps us stable. If somebody came along and gave me a little shove, I probably wouldn't fall down, okay? A couple of breaths right here in mountain. In mountain, the lower half of the body is directly connected to the earth, grounding, centering. The upper half of the body is light and buoyant. Feel the upper half of the body like a helium balloon. Bringing the arms out. You can bring your arms up if you want to go into extended mountain. Breathe here. And preparing for Warrior Two, bring the right leg, foot out, toes pointing to the top of the mat, and take a stance with your left leg. Now you know that, choose your stance here wisely. Just don't torque this back knee here. In the Warrior One and Warrior Two, the knee is over the foot. Okay, the back leg is straight. Open up the hip here before we do anything else. Now in Warrior Two, we orient everything else away from those front toes. Okay, so our hips, our chest, our shoulders, our face, all pointing the long way, the long side of the mat. Bring those arms out, bring the shoulders down. Bring all your awareness to your shoulder blades right now. Feel if they move at all when you flip your palms up. Sometimes you can feel those shoulders moving down just a hair. Without moving the shoulder blades, press the palms to the floor. Look out over the right hand. Really let your fingers be bright here. Hug all the muscles in the arms to the bones. Remember to press those hips forward. In Warrior Two. Now, without moving your lower body, tip yourself over like a little teapot. Bring your forearm to your thigh, side angle. Okay, now a lot of people, if you want to go down further, go down as far as, well, let me give you a little alignment tip. This hip bone, once this hip bone starts going this direction, okay, forward and down, you're out of alignment, okay? We want that hip bone to remain pointing to the sky, side angle, hip opener, just like triangle, okay, except our front leg is bent and triangle it's straight. Again, you can look down. Press that arm, that upper arm back. Feel that oblique open up. One round of breath right here in side angle. Now letting your oblique pull you this way. Let's stand up, go through warrior two, nice and purposefully. Get those arms going again. And lean back. Don't touch your leg with your left hand. Again, hips open, shoulders down into reverse warrior. So without moving the lower body, try and flow back and forth. Try not to move your lower body at all. See how you can do. See how you do here. Okay. Then on your next side angle, you can come out now if your legs are killing you. On your next side angle, get into your best side angle here. And then let's rotate. I feel like a cog in a machine when I do this. Just a few rotations of the arm here. And go the other way. Pay attention to your stance. When your arm is up now, pause. And come on up. Bring those toes forward, shake out the legs a little bit. Bringing the left foot forward. And finding our warrior two stance with our back leg. Again, get your legs in place and then orient the upper body. Everything facing the short end of the mat. Bringing the arms out to the side, nice and energized here. Chin tucked a little bit. Warrior two, look over that left hand. Look at the beautiful muscles in your arms. Again, feel the energy coming in through the fingers, going right down to the navel center. Tip forward, come on up into side angle. Okay, keep this shoulder back. We don't want to dump this way. Keep the shoulder back. Nice breath here. And again, keeping that lower body stable. Come on back up. Gaze left. And then come into reverse warrior. You can look up at your palm. I look forward because I don't want to bring my head back too far. And then flow through this. Flow through this. Trying to keep that lower body stable. Okay. Use your obliques to move your body back and forth. When you come into the next side angle, let's just rotate that arm. Big or small, you choose. And go the other way. Come out of the pose when you need to. This can really... Now let me say one thing about the distribution of weight here. So if we keep our weight in the center, if we don't dump this way, okay, that's really tough on your quadricep. Keep your body weight in the center. We could stay here forever. One last warrior two. Look out over the left hand. Hips are forward. And on an exhale, bring the arms down, shake out the legs. Okay. Take a wide stance here, toes out to the side. Again, you choose where your sacrum feels the most balance here. We don't want to be too tipped forward or too far back. Okay. Rise up. As you breathe in, rise up. Buttocks to the back wall. Let's come down halfway. Feel your back. You can have a slight bend in the knee, looking down at the floor now. On your next inhale, get some space between the crown of your head and your sit bones. Press those shoulders back. On the next exhale, come on down even further. When you get to your maximum flexion, let the back round, let the crown of the head point toward the floor. Again, you can have a bend in your knee here. You can bring your arms down. Deep breaths. Open up that back. Breathe into the portion of the lungs that are in the back body. Want to pay attention to breathing in all the areas of our lungs so we can bring in fresh air and get rid of the stale air that accumulates. Bending the right knee now. Come on over to the right. Maybe you can flip up your... Yeah, hang on. I forgot to connect my charger again. What a dope. At least this time I put it here instead of leaving it in my bedroom. Sorry about that, guys. I'm organized, but not that organized. Where the heck were we? Where were we? Okay.
Press the rewind.
Okay, so bending the right leg, bring up that left foot. Point the toes right to the floor. Feel the stretch in the inner thigh right here. Take a breath. Come on over to the other side, gently tipping that leg up. You don't have to. Okay, you can leave that foot on the floor. Actually, it's more comfortable for me to lift it up. And then at your own pace, gently walk from side to side, getting these inner thighs, oiling up the knees a little bit. Side to side. And one more time on each side if you're doing this little flow here. Coming to center, lift the sit bones up. Let the sit bones shine right to the ceiling, crown of the head to the floor. Look back through your legs, feel the back of the legs here. So the back of the leg stretch is icing on the cake. Okay, the real benefit here is the flexion of the spine forward. One more round of breath right here. Get the inversion. Blood in the head. And bending the knees a little bit, rolling up. Let that spine roll up little by little. Bringing the head and neck up last. Shaking out the legs. Come to the back of your mat now. Facing the short end of the mat. Come back to Tadasana. We're finding moments of challenge and moments of ease in our practice today. One more round of breath right here in Tadasana. Abs in. And then coming down to your knees, walk your hands out and lay the tops of your thighs on the mat. The pubic bone doesn't have to go down. Bend the arms, keep them close to the body, a little bit of a back bend here. We're going to go down on our bellies. In just a moment, challenge yourself. Big isometrics for the arms here. And then come on down, a really good opportunity for us to stimulate those abdominals and the abdominal organs. So I'm just moving side to side horizontally here, just impacting my abdomen on the mat. and giving those organs a chance to slosh around in healthy blood and lymph and release some toxins. Okay, so bringing the elbows under the shoulders, going to use our back muscles now. So one of the tricks here in these poses is to try and keep your legs soft. It's really difficult because we want to focus on our back muscles, not the glutes and the leg muscles. Okay, so we're going to try. So we're going to lift the head, heart, and hands. It's not a big move. Okay, but on an inhale, we lift the chest, keep the elbows close to the body, the heart, the hands, and the head. I encourage you to keep looking at the floor. Feel your back muscles. Try and notice how you feel when you try to soften those legs, soften that lower back. You might be able to squeeze up a little bit more. And on the next exhale, come on down. Let your back relax, maybe slosh from side to side. We're going to do that again. So on your next inhale, again, we're going to lift up. Use those back muscles. Try and soften the legs really hard. The pose itself is not hard, but to utilize the right muscles is a nice challenge. Bring your shoulder blades together. Open up that chest a little bit. Try and soften the buttocks. I have to tell myself that like 80 times during this pose. And then come on down. Again, slosh from side to side. Get rid of any tension in that lower back. Bring the elbows under the shoulders in Sphinx. So in Sphinx, again, our lower legs, think of them like jelly, okay? We're extending the spine backwards. Press your elbows, your forearms, your hands into the mat. See how that changes your back bend. I'm feeling this quite a bit in my lower back. So it all depends on your anatomy and your practice, how far you're going to challenge yourself. If it's in your practice or you want to try this with us, slide the hands back to below the shoulders, arms into the body. On your next inhale, press up. Be careful, be careful. Pubic bone is on the mat. Okay, I've got I still have almost maybe more than a 90-degree angle in my arms. Okay, it's a huge back bend. You can regulate it yourself by pressing up or coming forward. Challenge yourself. Feel the heat building in the arms here. And on your next exhale, if you're not down there already, come on down. Bring the arms out in front of you. Come up on the fingertips, spider fingers. Open up those armpits. Stretch those arms. Relax the lower body. Relax the buttocks. Nice deep breaths here. And then bring the arms back by your sides, palms up, so tops of the hands on the floor. Now we're going to be doing locust, and you can do it a bunch of different ways, okay? So locust is head, hands, and feet off the mat. If you want to do it partially, do it partially. If you want to do one side, you can do that, okay? Full expression of the pose, and again, we got to be careful with the back. On the inhale, lift the arms, the legs. Imagine that someone is pulling your fingers. Open up that chest. Press the feet out. Again, I invite you to look at the floor. Everything is active here. And on your next exhale, come on down. Bring your head to one side or the other. Let your body go. Feel what's happening in the body. In Kripalu, we call it witness consciousness. It's being aware and observing everything in your body and your mind without judgment. Let's do locust again because we love it so much. Look down at the mat. I'm going to slosh from side to side, make sure my lower back isn't scrunched. On your next inhale, bring everything up or bring those body parts up that you've chosen. Press your arms back, reach out to that back wall with the hands and feet, head and neck still in alignment with the spine. Feel those triceps, man. And just challenge yourself. Active legs, active, everything. On your exhale, come on down, turn your head to the other side. Yoo-hoo! Yeah, baby. Turn your head to the other side, maybe slosh back and forth. And I'm going to bring my hands under my face. You can bend the knees and windshield wiper from side to side. We want to make sure that our lower back is squeezed out. And come on over on your, what is this? This is my right side. You can support your head on your hand, or you can keep your head on your upper arm here and bend the front leg. Bend the front leg. Just press this upper leg, foot flex. Press it out. Place that footprint right on the side wall there. Now, according to your body and your practice, bring the leg up. Get your strap, use your hands around your toes. Try not to come forward too much. Again, the footprint right on the ceiling here. Breathe into the place where you have the most sensations. One more round of breath here. And very, very gently bend that knee. Don't let the leg snap out. Bring that leg down. And switch to the other side. Coming down on the left side, choosing a position that's comfortable or reasonable for you. Straightening that right leg, flexing the foot, pressing out now. Press way out, always lengthening, trying to find length between those bones. Nice deep breaths here. And raise the leg up, grab the toes, grab your arch, grab your husband or your wife, whatever. I can't see you, it's okay. Good thing I wasn't wearing my pajamas yesterday, right? When I had to take over for Sabine. That would have been fun. Press into your hand, active leg here. Breathe into the inner thigh, the hamstring. And gently, gently bend that knee. Bring the leg down. Let's counter that a little bit by coming onto our bellies again. You can do half bow or full bow. The last time I did full bow, I couldn't talk for a day and a half, so I'm going to do half bow. I'm going to come down and take my left ankle with my right ankle with my right hand. I'm gonna flex my foot and look forward. On an inhale, drive that leg up. So we're pushing the ankle into the fingers. Keep your hips down, both hips down. Don't rock up on the right side, okay? Let your quadriceps stretch, bring the foot up. Big, big chest opener in the front on the right side. Come on down whenever you need to. And lower that leg. Bring the foot down. Let's go to the other side. If you're doing full bow, you can take a rest or do another one. Left hand takes the left ankle. The foot is flexed. On an inhale, I bring that leg up. Press that ankle into the hand. And let the leg come up. Squeeze that quadriceps. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep breathing. And bring that leg down. Again, bent legs. Windshield wiper from side to side. Let's keep those knees far out to the side. Come on up, bring the toes together. And little counter stretch here. Nice deep breaths. Keep breathing. Nice deep stretch. Breathe into the back body. And if you have your strap handy, you don't really need it, but if you have it handy, bring it over. Go down on our backs. Well, before we do that, let's do a little challenge here. So sit up, make sure that back is straight. Okay, we're not doing this. Back is straight. Challenge yourself to come down. I couldn't do this the other day. Okay, we'll see. Really slowly. Keep the soles of your feet on the mat. Yeah, I have no abs anymore. Come on down. Come on down. So to that end, we're going to do a little ab work. So just bend the knees. Make sure your back is nice and flat on the mat. And press that lower back so we're pushing the abs down, pressing the lower back onto the floor so the whole back is on the floor. Okay? Now you can do this with both legs or one leg at a time, but keeping the most important part is to keep the lower back on the floor. Okay, keep the lower back on the floor or we're not reaching the abdominals. Okay? So you can either bring your heels down to the mat or your toes. And actually, I think it's better to do your heels. I was doing toes the other day. But the challenge, again, is not to lift that lower back off the mat, or we're using the wrong muscles for this. Okay, so this is a little bit of a challenge. Do as many as you can. Little ab work here, because we did no planks, none. Oh, I'm letting my back up. Much harder with your back on the mat. Okay. Just a couple more, because my whole body's starting to hurt. And bring the feet down. Let your back relax. Bring the legs, feet out to the edges of the mat. Go back and forth a little bit, softening up the buttocks and the lower back. Okay, now for these next moves, you can use your strap or not, doesn't matter. Okay? I'm gonna bring the right leg up, placing the strap around the ball of the foot, or I think it's better around the ball of the foot. You can have your left leg with the sole of the foot on the mat, or you can stretch it out. It intensifies the stretch. And pull that leg in. Okay, I can't really straighten my leg because my hamstrings are so tight, but I've got my foot flexed, sole of the foot right on the ceiling, and I'm using the Clint Harris method of holding my strap. I have the two sides out in an upside down V, so I'm not crunching my leg. I'm just pulling in, getting that hamstring stretch. Now let up on that a little bit, bring the strap to your right hand and let that leg fall out. Try and keep only bring it out to where you can keep both buttocks on the mat. Okay, opening up that inner thigh and bend that knee. Okay, we don't want to hyperextend. This is a really great opportunity to hyperextend that right knee. So let's not do that. Let gravity just reach up and gently work on that right leg, just for a breath or two. And then bringing that leg up, transferring the strap to the other side. My favorite knot, the IT band stretch. Again, the foot is flexed. Bringing that right leg over to the left, feeling that IT band all the way from deep in the glutes to the top of the calf. Couple rounds of breath right here. Let's bring that leg into the center, keeping the leg bent, okay? And again, you can have your left leg bent or straight. Rotate the head of that femur right in the hip. So big circles with the knee on the ceiling. Rotate 360 degrees here. Couple times in this direction, and then pause and go in the other direction. Keep the foot flexed. Try and keep your buttocks on the mat. Just rotating the head of that femur in the socket. And then placing the right foot down. You can have your leg out straight or your leg bent. Place the left foot in the strap. And flex the foot. Bring that leg close into the body, stretching out that hamstring. Nice couple of breaths right here. Maybe you can play with the right leg a little bit, seeing how the stretch is different when the leg is out or when it's bent. Nice deep breaths. Breathe right into that hamstring. Send it some love. One more inhale and exhale right here. And switching the strap to the left hand, the left leg out to the left. Again, keep the knee bent just a hair. Doesn't have to be too bent, just a little bend in that knee. Imagine that gravity is reaching up and tenderly pulling that calf, that lower leg, toward the earth. This is kind of tough on your left hand if you've got a death grip on that strap. Take an inhale and an exhale right here. Oh, nice and gently bringing that left leg up, transferring the strap, bringing that left leg over to the right. Ow. Huge IT band stretch on the left and the right. And bring that leg to center. Don't take the strap off yet. Let's try something, okay? So we're gonna do happy baby. And you know, happy baby is you bend your knees and you hold your arches with your fingers. Well, what if you can't do that, okay? So legs out wide. Don't pull straight down on the straps. Pull out to the side and bring those quadriceps right into your belly. Tailbone tipping down toward the mat if you can. Shoulders, try and relax your shoulders. And release. Get rid of the strap, bring both knees into the chest, feet are flexed, just rock from side to side. Ooh, that feels good. And coming back to center, arms in a T here, feet, shins parallel to the ceiling. Relax your back and bring your legs over to one side. Okay, I'm gonna bring mine over to the left, but you don't have to. The most important part here is to keep both shoulders on the mat because we wanna get that twist. So the minute your shoulders start creeping up, back off, okay? Placing my left hand on my right thigh and just let the legs go with every exhale. Let the legs go. Feel the twist. Let your body sink into it. What can you let go of? Is there anything you'd like to get rid of? Breathing's a little bit compromised in twists. Just try to breathe deeply through the nose. Couple rounds of breath right here. And letting go of that thigh. Bring the knees up to center. Just rock back and forth a couple of times. Coming to center, the arms out again, bringing the knees over to the other side now. Same principles here. Let the shoulders be on the mat. That will ensure nice twist. If this hurts your back, please do not do it. Do what stretches are good for you, coming toward the end of the practice, heading toward final meditation. 2 rounds of breath right here and twist. And on your next inhale, bringing the legs up, maybe rocking from side to side or doing some spinal rocking forward and backward, but coming into your favorite position for final meditation. You can take the pose of Shavasana. You can do legs up the wall, which is an awesome way to end your practice. And taking this time, don't start planning your day, okay? That'll wait. I promise you, everything you're worrying about will still be there for you to worry in 10 minutes, okay? Drink. Settle in, doing your last couple of stretches, picking your favorite pose. Okay. All right. Breathing in and out the nose if you can. If your doctor tells you that's not a good idea, then do what your doctor says. Okay? Bring your awareness to your abdomen. And feel all the sensations of breath and movement in the abdomen. Feel the breath slow down as we integrate our observations and lessons from our yoga practice. Now bring your awareness to the rib cage. Feel all the sensations of breath and movement around the rib cage. Feel the rib cage expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. Let the ribs soften, reacting to your natural breath. Feel the breath around the rims of the nostrils. Breath entering the nostrils, being cleaned and warmed as it goes through the body, delivering oxygen to the body and carrying away toxins. Notice the effortless stream of breath. Effortless stream of breath through the body. Nothing to hold on to. Nowhere to go. Transitioning from thinking and doing to feeling and being. Start to deepen your breath before you move or open your eyes. Reflect on your practice. Perhaps recalling your intention, noticing what you've observed, sealing that right in your bones, taking all the lessons from yoga off our mats into our daily life. And start moving the feet and the hands, rocking the head from side to side maybe. Or listen, we're on Zoom. You could lay there all day if you want, okay? One day I did that. I took a nap on my mat. Making your way back up to seated if you're going to do that. And again, inviting you to lengthen the spine, bring the shoulders back and down, chin level with the floor. Just raising our arms, gathering chi from the universe, nice fresh energy. Bringing the hands together, bringing that energy right into the heart center, the navel center. It was so much fun standing in for Kat today. Thanks for allowing me to guide your practice. Namaste.
Thanks, Charlie.